right, here we go. Started with today's workout. So today's workout is back and shoulders. This is our second variation of the workout. So if you did this one last week, this will be the next week one. It's mostly the same exercises, so I'll still go over everything that we did last time. We're just going to change out one of the exercises for another one. And then that'll be the major change for this workout. So it's 4 rounds, 24 minutes. Take your time getting through each round, 5 exercises every round. You don't have to rush. You want to go heavy with this one. You want to really build muscle. You want to fatigue those muscles, but you want to get through exercises that you can finish all your reps in every round. Then we'll finish off with 15, 15, 20 rounds of clean and push press. So the first exercise we have is an alternating bent over row. So you're going to do 8 reps on each side, alternating arms for your rows. Then we have 8 reps of military press, 8 pull-ups. Then we're going to have our Wolverines. This one will be slightly different than the one we did last week. This will be Wolverines for 8 reps. And then we have an upright row with a kettlebell. So we'll go through all the exercises for the workout, and then we'll get started. All right. First off, we have our bent over rows. So you're using the kettlebell. You want to sit that butt down, nice wide stance. Get your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Bend the knees, sit that butt down. Think about butt lower than the shoulders. Grab your set of kettlebells. Then you're going to pull one up at a time. You're going to push down with one arm as you pull with the other. Bring that kettlebell up to right about the hips. Then come back down. Go to the other side. So each side is 1 rep. So 1, 2, 2. Again, keep that full motion. Get all the way back to right about your hip with the pull. Then bring that bell all the way back down to the ground. So that's our first exercise, our bent over row. Next we have our military press. This one will be an overhead press. You start the kettlebells right by the shoulders. Think about keeping that core tight, legs locked, tailbone down. Press straight up overhead. Then come back down to the shoulders. So just using the arms, lower body is locked in nice and tight. Again, 8 reps low. Pull-ups. Couple variations. If you can't do regular pull-ups, you have any kind of suspension handles, so jungle gym handles, TRX, you have rings, whatever you have, modify to make it a little bit easier. Farther back you step, the easier it is. Step back, handles at an angle, palms face forward. You're going to sit the butt down, lean the head forward. Now you're mimicking that pull-up motion, but you're not using all of your body weight. The closer you are to hanging straight down, the harder it is. You want the handles again right about chest height. Keep that butt right underneath the shoulders, and then feet on the ground where you're pulling yourself all the way up. Try not to use the legs for assistance. They're just there to take a little extra weight off the body. And if you can, you can do them with the regular bar, pulling yourself all the way up, chin up, over the bar. You can always add weight by adding a kettlebell or a medicine ball or anything else between the legs. If you grip it, if you have a belt, kettlebell through a belt is always a great option to add weight. Next we have our Wolverines. This one is slightly different than the last week. So Wolverines, we're using 2 bands. Set them up so they're slightly over your head, not too wide apart, but wide enough where you can offer a little bit of resistance. Obviously, the farther back you step, the more resistance you get. The heavier your bands are, the more resistance you get. So you can kind of adjust to what feels good. But you're going to cross your hands. So you're going to grab the left band with your right hand, right band with the left hand, arms across. So you're going to pull your hands down to the side. So start arms crossed, hands come down to the side, fully extended. Think about pushing those shoulders back and knuckles down to the floor, back the hands back behind you. So just like Wolverine, when he brings his claws out, that's why they're called Wolverines. Hands come out to the side, a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Straight arms, then bend them back up, come back out in front of the chest. Again, bands are crossed. Pull your hands down to your sides. You should feel it all through the back and in the legs. Those are our Wolverines. Again, 8 reps. Last one we have is our upright row. So again, you're using kettlebell for this one. This one is single kettlebell. You're going to squat down and grab the bell. You're going to pull it up to the chest. On this one, you don't want to get your elbows up over the shoulders. You just want to get your elbows about shoulder height, maybe a little bit lower. Think about pulling up and back with the elbows instead of just pulling straight upwards. So squat down, grab the kettlebell, come up out of your squat, pull up right about to the chest, think about pulling those shoulders back, elbows back, then come back down to a squat. So up, right to the chest, pulling those shoulders, or those elbows, again, shoulder height, and then reaching back, bring that kettlebell again right up to the chest. Last is our finisher. So those are the 5 main exercises, 4 rounds, 24 minutes to get through. Then we finish off with clean and push press. You're gonna clean the kettlebells up. So grab the bells. You're gonna hike between the legs. You're gonna extend the hips. Hands pop the hips. You're gonna shrug the shoulders back. You're gonna wrap the kettlebells around the outside of the wrist. So right up at your shoulders. From here, slight bend of the knees, and then you're gonna press overhead, just like you do with your military press, but now you're using your legs for a little bit of assistance. Bring them back to the shoulders, hinge back down, pop the hips, clean those kettlebells up, bend the knees, extend overhead. Again, for your clean, the faster you can pull those kettlebells up after they pass the hips. So as soon as you clear the hips, pull, elbows in, push those hands up. Knuckles, think about almost underneath the chin. Kettlebells will wrap around the outside of the wrist, and you'll be ready to go in that rack for your push press. So one more time. 4 rounds, 24 minutes. Alternating bent over rows, 8 reps. Military press, 8 reps. Pull-ups, 8 reps. Wolverines, 8 reps. Kettlebell upright row, 8 reps. Repeat that again 4 times in 24 minutes. So take your time, get your rest. Every round should be right about 6 minutes long. Then 15-15 for 20 rounds, so that'll end up being 10 minutes of clean and push press. Your goal should be about 3 to 5 reps on every 15 seconds. Depending on how heavy you go, you might get a little bit more or a little bit less. If you go a little bit lighter, you probably get a little bit more, but somewhere around that 3 to 5 range should be your goal. All right, let's have a great workout. Let's go, let's go.